G'day guys, welcome back to the channel. So had my week in Melbourne, had Christmas with the family and stuff. So today's the day we head home. So I'm gonna try and do the same thing on the way down, on the way back as what I did on the way down, which is use all new charging stations that I haven't been to. So I'm gonna punch in my home address and start looking and see where it wants me to charge. It's probably gonna do the typical Holbrook or Albury, and then like at that pie shop in like the Heather Bray pie shop, wherever that is. Then in Heather Bray at that Newcastle sort of motel thing. And then probably, I'm gonna guess, Coffs Harbour or something like that. The usual drive, but I'm gonna mix it up and try and go to all different places. So places I haven't been to before, and yeah, see how that goes. So it's not gonna be anything too crazy. It's gonna be another vlog of driving from Melbourne to Brisbane, but you know, there's always something new on the way. So let's see what we can find and hit the road before Merc absolutely loses it. So we'll see how this ends up. Gonna be a nice day. It's been like less than 20 pretty much for the week and a bit I've been down here. Yesterday we got to 30 though, and today's meant to get to 34. So I'd assume it's gonna be pretty scorching hot on the way back. One thing to note as well, somehow Merc has grinded down her back toenails on concrete, and she had a bleeding toenail on each back foot. It's like they grinded down to the quick. She normally drags her feet as she walks, but must have just done a little bit more while down here. So may end up busting some toenails open at some Tesla chargers. So we'll see how that goes, but keep an eye on it. Hopefully she goes all right. If it does get bad, I will probably have to stop at a pet barn and get some shoes for her. But she always barks at other dogs with shoes. So we'll see how that goes, because I doubt she'll let me put shoes on her. But anyway, gonna hit the road and let's probably see you at the next charging station. So just gonna go home, hopefully not dox my sister's address or anything silly. Obviously everyone knows where I live, but it's an apartment, so good luck. Right, now I did stop at Coolac, I'm pretty sure, on the way down. I do remember that. So we're gonna straight up. Alrighty, so I punched in home. It obviously wants me to stop at Holbrook and then Coolac, and then Exeter, Exeter is where that Heather Bray Pies place is. I forgot the name of. So I'm gonna change this. Don't want to go Albury Wodonga. Maybe we'll go, oh no, Wangaratta, I've been there before. What do we got? Euroa is busy. Yay. Maybe we'll go Yay. I know it's not far into our journey, but if we go to Yay, then maybe we can make it to, what's that? Gundagai. I've stopped there. Coolac, I've stopped there. That was that little, yeah, that was that hotel when the sun rose. Yas. Have I stopped at Yas? Did I stop at Yas? Yeah, I've stopped at Yas. Yas sucks, it's a big car park, there's nothing there. I did it on the last trip, on the way up. I've got Goulburn, there's two in Goulburn. I think I stopped at that one on the way down. Maybe we'll stop at this one, but that's pretty far, so maybe we will have to go, maybe if we go Yay, let's just go to Yay first. We'll charge at Yay, and we'll see where that takes us. So we'll start with that. Time to hit the road. Oh, also to note, I did not have full self-driving on the way down. I bought it while I was down here. Well, I did the subscription, so I'm gonna have it for the way up. So just gonna start using that as well. So I have not really used that on big road trips or anything. I've just sort of mostly done around town. So maybe by the time I get to you know, halfway or something, I'll probably give a bit of a review of how that. So obviously with full self-driving, it struggles to hold speed the same, because it's sort of like, it dawdles a lot more, I found. So if it sucks halfway, I'm just going to disable it and just go with normal autopilot, which holds speed perfectly. So anyway, time to hit the road and see you in Yay. Alright, so we're in Yay, but I'm at 79%, so it makes absolutely no sense to charge here. So I had a look at the map while I was driving. I thought the only other option that sort of makes sense, but it's pretty far out of the way, is going to Shepparton. So I'm just going to take another look at the map. So we're obviously at Yay, 79%, no point stopping because it literally won't work. So I was thinking I could go Shepparton. Euroa's busy, so I'm probably not going to stop in Euroa. Other option, Wangaratta, busy. Ovens, I don't know where that is. That's probably too far out of the way as well. So obviously it wants me to go to Holbrook. I could probably go Wagga Wagga, but again, that's pretty far out of the way. Other option is Wodonga. I prefer Wodonga over Albury Wodonga, but I just don't know if I'll make it there because it wants me to stop here and I'm only going to be at 20%. So I was thinking Shep. I've never been to Shepparton Charger, but it's going to add a fair amount to the journey, and there's only 6 there, and it could get busy by the time I get there as well. Obviously it's Monday after Christmas, and everyone's sort of heading away, so it's early morning leaving Melbourne. A lot of these chargers all fill up, so yeah, obviously, it's not making it difficult to do the trip. It's just making it difficult to do the trip in the sense that I want to go to new places. So I think our best bet is probably just to stop in at Euroa and hope it's pretty free by the time I get there, because it's really not far out of my way at all. So I think I'll just do that. So let's just add Euroa. Now it will probably start trying to, 25 minutes. And I'm going to get there at 65%. It's obviously going to try and condition the battery and just waste juice for no reason. So maybe we will just go to Holbrook. Alright, let's just go to Holbrook. I think my plan, it may not work. So anyway, let's, I was also needing a bit of a coffee or something, but lucky I packed the trusty old white monster. So we'll probably see you next at Holbrook, which I'll be at 27%. Rightio, made it to Holbrook. It said there was going to be 2 free charges, but when I got here, it's definitely full. So I'm just going to wait for someone to leave and then be able to charge. I am the only one waiting, so it shouldn't be too long. Rightio, that was literally 10 seconds, so that worked out well. So just going to plug in now. Now, because I'm a big brain, I reset my trip A. So we've done 378 Ks, 134 watt hours. Since last charge, 393, 134 watt hours. Anyway, I'm gonna plug in and work out. I'm gonna try and set it to charge at that Goulburn place that I've never been to next. Now I have stopped here a bunch of times. It's a golf club that way, or whatever, and it's a bowls club this way. So I don't think I've showed much of it on video though, but at least it's got some areas where you don't have to walk around on hot asphalt, so at least Merc can cruise around, and there's not many bindies here, so we all know that Merc loves their bindies. So anyway, nearly all full. Another car just pulling up. Found a little area here at the golf club where I can sit down in the shade. So also no bloody toenails yet, so don't really want her walking too much, so I'm just going to keep her around here, just relaxing. But yeah, it's all full today. I know there's one spare spot now. staying in the shade. Right, so 5 minutes to continue trip. We're at 66%. We'll just manually put in this second Goulburn one. It was automatically trying to go to this one here at like the big ram or whatever it is here, where we charged on the way down. 5 minutes to continue. We'll get there with 5%, so we're just going to stay, probably go all the way to about 75% just to be sure, so that we get there with like a good 10+% and see how that goes. Alrighty, so got enough to continue my trip. Going to get to the Goulburn charger that I wanted to get to with 14%. So I stopped at the big Merino on the way down, which is this charger here. So we're going to the one at the RSL further up, which I've never been to, so we're going to check that one out. So I'll go unplug and hit the road. It is bloody hot out here. It was freezing the whole time I was in Melbourne, so I'm currently cooking myself. But anyway, dog mode works a treat for when I got to go to the toilet and stuff and got to leave this thing. When I got to leave this thing all on her own. So she's loving life in her little pod in the back. So gonna hit the road and probably take up next in Goulburn. Rightio, so made it to Goulburn, to that new charger I haven't been to before. It's not new, it's a really old one. I think this is probably the original one for Goulburn. I think the other one, I'll charge that at the other end of the KFC, is the much newer one because it's all solar and stuff. This is just in this random little car park for the visitor centre. It's actually not a bad area. It's a bit of shade and stuff. It has also, temperature has dropped a lot. It was 34 last time I stopped, it's now 27, so it'll be a little bit more nicer. A little bit more, not as aggressively sunny. Anyway, just gonna plug in, Merck's losing her mind, and then I'll jump back in. I'll take Merck for a quick walk, then I'll jump back in and figure out where the next stop's gonna be. And it's empty, so. What do you reckon, Merck? Hey. That is going real slow. Oh, it's pulling up. Oh, the window's shutting. Window nearly chopped my bloody arms off, but yeah, about 128. So I think this is a probably 150 kilowatt charger. What do you reckon, Stinky? Oh, I definitely forgot to show the trip meter. I'll show that when I get back in. Well, here's a little bit of info on Goulburn if you want it. Feel free to pause it and rate it if you want. Climate, max of 26. It's currently 26, so sure. What do you reckon, stinkers? And if you've got kids, there's a playground across the road, so lots of shade too, so good place to stop. Better than the other one, I reckon. The other one's faster, but this one's a little bit more family friendly. More stuff to do. Well, I'm glad we have the Tesla supercharger network, because to charge a 400 km vehicle, it would take 10 hours. This is a 7 kilowatt charger that's apparently free for non-Teslas. Who the hell has time to wait for that shit? Alrighty, so its current estimate, it wants me to stop in Raymond Terrace. Now, I've stopped there quite a few times. Good charging station, and it's got Woolies and stuff, so not the worst. But that's a 4-hour stint, and I've been there a million times. So let's see where else we could stop, because that, I think, Exeter, yeah, that's where the Heatherbrae Pies is. Campbelltown, don't think I've ever been there. Wonder if it's worth going there. How far out of the way is that going to end up being? Not too bad. At one point it wanted me to stop in Bankstown, which would be this one, but 300 kilowatt, looks like a nice one. Yeah, not 100% on that, so I'd definitely get, because that's where it wants me to stop, so it's like half the distance, so that'll be 2 hours. That'll probably be a good time to have dinner. It's 5:30 now. Probably go here, to be honest. Campbelltown, 300 kilowatts as well. Looks like the newer style ones. Public toilet, 5-minute walk. As far as that, it'll be about 2 hours, an hour and a half, so that's probably a better idea. I'll leave now, get there with 28%, which is pretty good, and then that'll get me past Raymond Terrace. What's past Raymond Terrace that we can stop at? Taree. I don't think I've ever stopped at Taree. I've stopped at Taree for the servo, I think. I think there's whatever the servo is, I think. I could be wrong. All right, so let's go Campbelltown, and then we'll try and aim for Taree after that. That sounds like a good idea, because Taree will be, like a good, let's add it. It's gonna add to trip. No, I want it the other way, so let's wait till this loads and see if I can switch it. Edit trip, Taree. After that, done. 18 minutes at Campbelltown, and then we get to Taree. So we'll do like 20 minutes at Campbelltown and then Taree. So that works. Then Coffs will be our next one, but we'll figure out something probably closer to that. Perfect. All right, let's roll. Let's go unplug and hit the road. Forgot to hit trips again. Anyway, since last charge, 140 kilowatt hours, 140 watt hours per kilometre, 300 k's since last charge. So, and we've done 675 k's so far, and 137 watt hours per kilometre. Sweet. All right, gonna hit the road. Definitely not gonna forget to show this next time I stop. All right, that's changed. Cool. All right, let's go. Alrighty, made it to Campbelltown. Campbelltown? Yeah, Campbelltown. It's in a pub parking lot or something, some kind of hotel thing. Campbelltown Club, Catholic Club. Anyway, there's the biggest frickin' speed hump I've ever seen. I just about got air over it. Anyway, I'll show you some data. Alrighty, so 142k since last charge, 117 watt hours per kilometre, so awesome economy. Obviously made it here nearly all in the green, which is awesome. So now we're going to want to go to Taree next, so 15 minutes, so awesome, it's already doing that. So let's plug in and go for a walk. And it has also dropped a lot in temperature. It's now 21, so let's plug in and keep moving. So this one says no right turn, so I didn't turn down it, and it looks like an ambulance only entrance. But the next one doesn't say no right turn, and I turned down that, and it was fine going up. But when I drove off the other side of it, I just about got a foot of air, and I wasn't going fast. That is hectic. It's like a half a foot drop instantly. Well, this is pretty cool. Self-serve test drive. Might actually see if we can book an appointment to drive this now. Right, scan the QR code while wandering around aimlessly. Can't reserve a test drive until 3 p.m. tomorrow, or 10 a.m. tomorrow or something. Put a screenshot in of what it said, but it's a little bit annoying. It'd be cool if it just let you take it whenever and just park it back up. That would actually be really cool. And then if it was programmed that when the battery's low, you just plug it in for them, and it would just charge for a bit. But anyway, just gonna keep walking around aimlessly for another 10 or so minutes, and then we'll be ready to keep moving. I do need the toilet, so I need to figure out where the bathroom is here, because this doesn't look very inviting. Anyway, it says club generally doesn't let in people wearing Crocs, so might need to go across the road or something. There's a park, so a whole bunch of people playing volleyball, so might find a toilet over there. Nope thinks she's found some food. Gong it. Come on, get out of the garden. Rightio, so the toilet is just across the street. You just go straight across the roundabout basically, and you're there. So it does shut at 7:30 apparently, according to Google Maps, but it was like 7:27 or something when I got there, and it was still open, so all good. So anyway, got 2 minutes till I can continue my trip. I'll probably go a little bit longer because temperature has dropped a fair bit now, so my range might change a little bit. So yeah, 1 minute to continue trip, but it says 8%, so I'd rather have a bit of a bigger buffer to get to Taree, especially the fact it's 4 hours away, and I've got to stop for some food anyway. So yeah, we'll probably charge another 5 minutes. Righto, so we're at 80% and we're going to get to Taree with 18%. So just going to unplug now and hit the road. Alrighty, made it to Taree. It's 11:50. Stopped for a pee 36 kilometers ago, but 353 k's since last charge, 136 watt hours. Now it's too dark to really film anything here, so I'm just going to plug in and charge up. Not really sure where to go next because I'm going to have to slate maps. We're going to go, I don't want to go to Coffs next. Thrumpster, that's the one at Port Macquarie. I've stopped there a bunch of times. That's a winery. I have stopped there once. Yeah, they're slow. I stopped there when I first got the car, when I was coming back, when I was driving it to Melbourne. I like stopping at the top of the Banana. I don't really like the shopping centre, but the top of the Banana is good. And Moonee Beach is good, but I've stopped there a bunch of times. So pretty much stopped everywhere between here and Coffs, and I'm not going to make it past Coffs by any stretch, because Coffs is like another, let's just have a look. Yeah, Coffs is 2 a.m, so 3 hours away, 2.5 hours, 220 k's. So I might make it past Coffs, to be honest. I'll have to sleep because I'm about to bloody pass out, but don't think I've ever actually been there. Maybe we could get to Harwood, 285 k's. What's this? New Italy. Very cheap, 30 cents, 39 cents. Maybe we can get all the way to New Italy, 316 k's. What's it? Byron, not great, Byron. I've been there. I think that's like right off the highway down near the animal hospital. Yeah, you got it. It looks like it's close to the highway, but it's not. I stopped there on the way home last Christmas, actually. Otherwise, Tweed is 428 k's. I'm not going to make that far. So, all right, I've pretty much stopped everywhere between here and there, so I'm gonna go New Italy as my next stop, 300 k's, because it's cheapest to charge. So I'll charge here, go have a sleep for a couple of hours, and then next stop will be New Italy. Should be daylight by then. Hopefully I haven't pulled up to stall 3D. I don't know if that's telling me that it's out of order because I'm parked in it, or because just it's the only one out of order here. So anyway, gonna plug in, take Merc for a walk, and then hit the road again, and then go for a snooze. And I'm at 2C, so 3D must be down there. Yeah, 3B, C, D, I think it's the end one. Oh, it's just not lit up. Awesome. All right, so pro tip, if it's not lit up, doesn't work. All right, it's unfortunately starting to set in that if we want to go from here straight to New Italy, it is doable, 375 k's, but we're going to need 90% charge, and this is going to take forever, so I don't really want to sit here for 25 more minutes. So I'm going to hit the road now, because I can definitely get to at least Coffs Harbour and then charge a little. So I might go add charging stops. Let's see what it adds. Should add, yeah, Coffs, so the Big Banana. So I think we'll do that. We'll go Big Banana for a couple of minutes, and then to New Italy, and then that'll get me home. So no point sitting here till this is 90%. It's just going to go too slowly. So I'm going to disconnect now and hit the road and pull up for a sleep, and then hit the road again, so in the morning. So I'll probably see what it's like when I wake up. If it's real dark, I probably won't be able to film anything anyway, but I'll find somewhere nice to pull over and have a sleep. And I have my windscreen and side window covers and pillow ready, so ready for a snooze. So let's hit the road and see where we end up. It's actually a really nice area here. I'll make a note for it for next time, but just having some breakfast with Merc. Now, I had my windscreen and side windows covered. I had my AirPod Pros in, and I had a hood on, and I turned off camp mode because it makes the screen turn on all the time. So I had the screen turned off, had all the lights turned off, so it was like a little pod. So when you have all the windows covered, put them away now, but it's like a little sleep pod. So got a good 5 hours sleep, pretty much uninterrupted, didn't even hear any cars, so it actually worked out quite well, so quite refreshed. What do you think? She didn't sleep as good as me. She kept waking me up. Hell yeah, brown rocks, soupy brown rocks, my favorite. Alrighty, I did a horrific job of trying to explain the window covering situation, so I'm going to show you the difference now. So obviously it's quite bright out, whatever. You can see me, you can see Mark. Alright, I'll put all the covers up, and then with all the covers up, like there's obviously little cracks in it and stuff, but you can tuck this up a little bit better. And that's the other side. Hey? And once you turn off this, then it gets really quite dark in here, so you can sleep really well. Obviously it's quite bright at the back, but if you're aimed forward and you have a hood on, you're not going to see anything. Then add AirPods and it's like a little cocoon, so it's actually a good tip. And these covers are very cheap. They also take up stuff all room. Add a pillow, you got yourself a good little cocoon, carcoon. Anyway, chuck them all in the front, chuck in the pillow, hit the road. Righto, so we I'll turn all my lights and everything back on because auto on, dome lights, auto, accent lights on, footwell lights on. Go look at my tootsies. Now, gonna make it to Coffs with 20%. That was the plan. That was the big banana, I believe. Big banana, yep. Gonna go to the top where there's a nice lookout and good spot to walk. Whack a little bit of charge in and then New Italy. But probably gonna end up getting some Guzman breakfast in Coffs and see how that goes. Now, I do have a habit of waking up, feeling energetic, start driving, 15 minutes later I nearly fall asleep. So I'll probably end up stopping at Port Macquarie for breakfast maybe actually, not Coffs, and getting a coffee and stuff, just so I don't fall asleep or anything. But yeah, I got about 5 hours sleep, so I should be good, but I should be home by about lunchtime. So anyway, let's roll. Christ almighty, I just had to wait 15 minutes for these just to make a coffee. I was the only one in the line. Now there's a freaking line up out the driveway. Anyway, just gonna give this windscreen a clean because it is absolutely destroyed. So, yeah, I'm just gonna scrub it here at the BP. Thank you, BP. Don't know what it is, but these things just get the window perfect every time. That is much better. Can't see any bugs. Obviously there's some streaks, so just gotta give them a squirt, but yeah, all good. What an absolutely stupid decision. So I'm at the top of the big banana. There used to be a Tesla charger here. Now there's just the test drive cars up here. But like, what an awesome place to come and charge and relax, but there's nothing here now. There used to be chargers. So anyway, weird. I'm gonna go for a bit of a walk up here because it's nice. Then go back down the hill and charge. But that's a bit stupid. Oh, what are you eating? No eating ground food. Because yeah, it used to be really awesome to charge up here and have an awesome view to relax. But it's been deleted. Maybe they were only temporary. But I mean, this is probably one of the best views at what was a Tesla charging station in probably the world. Not to be anymore. There's actually people using the little train thing. Actually, it's pretty cool here. Like, goes up, back down, back up, back down, all around all these trees. And at least here you don't get chased by bears like you do in wherever that video was when they were all going down this thing and the bears started chasing them. Really is a shame they got rid of the charger up here. Well, while I'm here, might as well quickly run through this. In park, it was 2.7%, so I didn't have camp mode on overnight, so my 5 hours sleep only used about 2.5% of battery. Trips since last charge, 140 watt hours, 230 Ks. Done 1400 Ks so far at 135 average, so just gonna go back down the hill. Now I got very lost on the way up because I came in, went to the ice skating, then came up this way and then went this way because I was looking for the signs that used to say chargers up, because there's no way I would have known there was a charger up here. But anyway, obviously there used to be signs, so the fellas that are just doing something in this warehouse here just said they only just recently got rid of it, so bit of a shame. Anyway, head back down and plug in. Look, although they got rid of the chargers at the top of the hill up there, at least they've got trailer parking, so if you're towing a trailer you can still charge, because they're traditionally like this, a reverse in. You're going to take up like 6 bays if you've got a trailer. So there's also whatever this is, an RMA or something, which you got to supply your own cable if you've got a crap electric car, not a chassis. But anyway, like 16 charges here. We're only here for 5-10 minutes, just enough so that we can get to New Italy and then use their cheap electricity. So do some more peeing, some more pooping, tear up the joint. All right, so it didn't notify me I was ready to continue my trip because I think it's changed, it's deleted it just wants me to go straight home, but I'm gonna just make some changes here. Why can I never find nav? I always look for maps. We wanna go New Italy, add. So we're gonna get to New Italy with 20%. Let's unplug, hit the road. I've seen bigger. Righty, so 150 Ks, 128 watt hours per kilometre, good economy. Going to charge here for 11 minutes till we can get home, so not too long. Going to go to the toilet as well while I'm here. Mark's just cruising around New Italy, but future note to self, you can come out the left here, you can come out there, shoot straight through the grass, and that's the toilets right there. So you don't have to go through where people like dropping food with the dog. You can go straight there without going past the cafe and all that, where people love dropping food. So you can cut through just here without having to go all the way through everywhere. Well, final charge and then home, so probably going to unplug now. I think I've got enough juice and we're going to hit the road. Someone's still trying to get that piece of mango. Righto, 12 bucks. Nice and cheap, this one. Going to get home with 18%. It says 1 p.m, but I think that's Melbourne time, Sydney time. So that's going to end up 12 o'clock. So 2 hours left because it's 10:30, so that's 2.5 hours on that. It is 1 p.m, but it's actually going to be 12 p.m. for us. So hit the road. Probably might need to stop for a break along the way, because the last little bit always really sucks it out of you, but see how we go. Well guys, made it home. So 1792 Ks, 132 watt hours, the last stint 118 watt hours, so awesome economy in Queensland. I don't know why, but the economy sucks everywhere else. I don't understand why that is. Maybe it's the smoothness of the road, who knows. Anyway, yeah, went pretty good. I'm about to pee my pants, so I'm gonna probably go pack everything away and go to the toilet and then do a better outro.